Subscribe to our YouTube channel and don't forget to press the bell icon to get all the latest updates. The death of dreaded Uttar Pradesh gangster Vikas Dubey in an encounter which the police says was necessitated because he tried to run away has created a political storm not just in UP but across India. In many ways, this was a death foretold. Many people believe that this would be the inevitable ending for Dubey, who was charged with the murder of eight policemen, and was facing more than 60 criminal cases, including 8 cases of attempted murder and 5 cases of murder. Now, the question that is being asked is why the police needed to eliminate Vikas Dubey in this manner. There was even a petition in the Supreme Court that suggested that this could happen. Even if the police's story is to be accepted at face value and Dubey was trying to make an escape, the police argue that the car had an accident, it overturned, and that's when Vikas Dubey made a run for it. There are many holes in that narrative, and people are questioning whether the real reason was that Vikas Dubey as a gangster could not have survived without political patronage and the connection to extremely powerful people. To discuss this, we're joined today by Shantanu Gupta. Shantanu is a right-wing ideologue and also a biographer of Yogi Adityanath, who's of course the Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh. We're joined from Lucknow by Juhi Singh, who's a spokesperson with the Samajwadi Party. And we're joined by Sanjay Hegde, who's of course a senior advocate in the Supreme Court. Shantanu, I'll start with you. Something in the police narrative just doesn't add up, you see, because if you look at the facts, this is a man whom the police said had surrendered in Ujjain, right? He surrendered. But even if you look at the video of his surrender in Ujjain, there is a video where he's being held against a white police van, and a policeman without any guns is giving him one dhap on his head, one thappad on his head, when he says, "Main hu Vikas Dubey Kanpur wala." So clearly, on one hand is the claim of a surrender, on the other hand is the claim of this escape. Firstly, if this man was a dreaded gangster, charged with the murder of 8 policemen, why was he not cuffed? Even if we accept that there was an accident and the car made a run for it, why was this man not cuffed?
See, we can go into semantics. But not curved for why, in what angle the car turned. I know that place. I travel to Lucknow quite often. If you remember, some year back, even a BJP MLA died at that turn, right? That might be a normal accident. It's raining that time. Police was speeding. They were in a hurry to take him finally to Kanpur court. So see, in last 6 days, see how the narrative is changing. First, they say, no, he's a Brahmin guy. Yogi Adityanath is an upper caste guy. He will never touch a Brahmin. Then we started the Lutyens Literati yesterday. Oh, you know what the news is? He has fled to Nepal, right? I don't know which Nepal is this. And then we have seen that how Yogi Adityanath's police made him run district to district, state to state. His whole henchmen were killed. His all lawyers were tapped. His economic resources was tapped. His house was destroyed. His economic source was all tightened, right? Finally, he was arrested / surrendered in Ujjain. UP police was taking him back, and the incident happened with police narrated. I don't know what is the whole. In fact, the whole is, as you already said, just 10 more seconds. The whole is he's not running from last 6 months. He's running from last 3 decades and 2001 properly. Why from 2002 to 2007 Mulayam Singh Yadav can't do anything to him? From 2007 to 2012 Mayawati can't do anything with him, and why from 12 to 17 Akhilesh Yadav can't touch him? In fact, Samajwadi Party had a chance to go to High Court, but they said no, he's fine, and we all know that how he became a Nayab Panchayat member with BSP. His wife became a Jila Panchayat member with the support of SP. I'm saying now, I think as media, you want to stand with governments which made him what he is.
I don't want to stand with anyone. I don't want to. I stand with no one. The facts of the story.
With the government. No, if you want criminalization of politics, you can stand with anyone. I'm just saying, as society, as media, do we want to stand with the government who made him what he is, or we want a Yogi government which finally and finally he is where he should be?
I'll get Juhi Singh to respond to some of your charges, but let me ask you one more question. I have no interest in standing with anyone except for the facts. But here are the holes in the story to me. I'm sure he had cross-party links. You're right. No gangster can survive in a state like UP without cross-party. Maybe he had links with every government in power when that government was in power with every political party. We'll discuss that. But why was this man not handcuffed? How does he go from surrender to making an escape? Why were his cars switched at the last moment? The videos online clearly show that the cars were switched at the last moment. We now know that with the arrest of station officer Vinay Tiwari, that there were people on the inside of the police who tipped him off about the police raid. All of these are known facts, Shantanu. How do you respond to just these 4 questions?
So, first of all, I don't want to be James Bond personally. I will go by the fact, but police has given that. You might be having some special information. That's a different thing. We can go to the semantics, and maybe police might have handcuffed, not handcuffed him. We can go to the semantics. I'm sure investigation will happen, and that will prove that, right? Yeah, okay. You are right. He's barred from last 20 years, last 30 years. He might be having police on his side, and you know KK Sharma and the other policemen and the many others, right? See, I have spent a lot of time with Yogi. If I understand his politics clearly, even if it's a BJP person, if it's a close IS officer, if it's a very senior IPS officer, they will not be spared, right? But again, I want to say it again. As society, as media, as commentators, do you want to stand with the government who made him what he is, or with Yogi government who sent him where he should be?
Okay, I actually don't. I will say again, I want to stand with the facts. Juhi Singh, here's my question for you. I think there's a reasonable question in saying that a man who has been a gangster for 30 years, right, facing more than 60 criminal charges, has obviously not been nabbed by governments before this one as well. That doesn't take away from the fact that this seems very much to have the tellings of a staged encounter, but that also doesn't remove the questions the Samajwadi Party has to answer. For example, if there are videos online, Juhi, that suggest that Vikas Dubey was boasting about connections with 2 BJP MLAs, you also have his mother who claims that he has links with the Samajwadi Party. This is his own mother making this claim. So on what basis can you all afford to politicize this?
Barkha, this man, this criminal syndicated person who was heading it, killed 8 people, our policemen, and he was informed by the local jockey that the police was coming for him. He had links with the police people. You put the person in charge of the STF, who himself is an officer under whose watch the letter disappeared. The official letter Mr. Devendra Mishra had complained of. And it was Yogi Adityanath's watch for the 3.5 years. If Mr. Gupta or anybody killed in Samajwadi Party is so powerful that the seat is being occupied by Yogi Adityanath, but we are running a government parallel and encouraging Mr. Vikas Dubey to reach the zenith of his crime, where the police is escorting him. I'm sorry to say, a part of the police force of UP escorted him to Rajasthan, or enabled or aided him to reach Rajasthan, then the MP, and then there was a stage surrender, and then they got him back. Why did they need to encounter him? He was shot in his chest, his cars were changed, this man had a rod in his leg. How was he running away? Even if he was not handcuffed, he couldn't be sitting on the side window, he had to be in the middle. So there has to be a reason. What is the BJP hiding? If the Samajwadi Party had alleged connections, which they say with his wife, then take the Samajwadi Party to court. If you want to give a historical perspective, then 2 of your own MLAs are involved. Pictures of your high-flying ministers are there everywhere. So this is not about photo gallery. Maybe it's not perception creation. It's time for action. And intention of Yogi is very much under question, because the UP police certainly did not do anything except complicate the man. The man was hiding near Kanpur for 2 days. He hid in Noida for 2 days. He is carrying the same SIM. And the true caller was checked, and MP reports, of course, are bizarre of the surrender, that he had a VIP slip, he went inside the temple, then a private guard reported him. So all this must be knowledge. Whosoever is here is committed to Yogi Adityanath can justify. But there has to be inquiry by a Supreme Court judge to at least, there will be a magisterial inquiry, of course. And if you find the Samajwadi Party anyway aiding and abetting, please release the CDRs of past 5 years. Release the telephone record.
Let Shantanu comment briefly on that, and then I want to go to Sanjay about the points of law this raises. The demand from the Samajwadi Party, Shantanu, it's one way to settle this debate. Was he really linked to the SP? Was he linked to the BSP? Was he linked to the BJP? Just make his call records public. Would you accept that?
See, I'm saying, Barkha, these are demands. Do you know in the procedure will never allow easily, right? In India, how many criminals' call records are public in your journalistic career? You've seen. If BJP will start asking, give me the call records of Shashi Tharoor publicly,
Do
right?
it. Ask for it.
Come on, let me say it.
No, don't trivialize the issue. No, this is
No,
not about Shashi Tharoor. You are.
I'm giving no. You are not understanding that.
No,
right?
you are not understanding. Don't patronize me.
No,
Stick to the point.
No, I'll stick to the point. Let Barkha moderate. Let Barkha moderate. You
Okay,
start
come on. Acha, chalo.
So what are you
Complete
going
your
to
point.
Let me just complete my point, right? Like
Okay, Shantanu, would you politically support? Okay, 1 minute. Let's not argue on legality. Would you politically support the disclosure of the call records? मैं अभी courts की उसमें पढ़ी नहीं.
Disclosure of the call records will happen with police and the courts. Why publicly? How many cases in your justice career you have seen?
Publicly, I mean the police can place them in the court. By publicly, I don't mean place them before the media. I'm not asking for them to be placed before media.
Police will surely place call records. Will surely be the part of
Like this
Everybody in call records will be placed.
Okay, let me bring in Sanjay. Sanjay, the point is, what's really eerie about this case is that you actually have a PIL in the court saying this is going to happen. This is going to happen. Please intervene to stop it. Now, there are two ways to look at it. One is to say that this is, about avenging the death of 8 policemen. And that in itself throws up all sorts of moral questions about due process, about the process of law. But a lot of people are going to dismiss the objections to this as the fuzzy hand-wringing of liberals. Why is it not that? Why is this case so important? What does it tell us about the state of law?
What the state of law is that everybody is seen, everybody knows. But let me just get back to the most important point. Please forget Dubey or anybody else for the moment. The question is about the rule of law. Many, many years ago, during the ADM Jabalpur case, during the emergency, Justice Khanna asked that famous question from the Supreme Court bench. Tomorrow, Mr. Attorney General, if a policeman takes me out and shoots me, do I have no recourse in law? And the Attorney General during the emergency said, no, sir, you do not. We are a country ruled by the rule of law. It was under the rule of law, we gave somebody like Ajmal Kasab a trial, an appeal, and an appeal to the Supreme Court. It was only thereafter that he was executed. That is what the law asks for. And you cannot short-circuit it in any case whatsoever. The policeman has no special rights to kill anyone. If and only if there is a threat to his life and there is a shooting. Say, in this very instance of Vikas Dubey, where those 8 policemen were killed, anybody there on the spot could have shot Vikas Dubey, no questions asked. That was the policeman's right of private defense.
Yeah.
But when you have anybody in your custody, you are taking him from one state to a court in another. You as a policeman are responsible for him. Here with his history, all those questions of being handcuffed or how he was to be transported, all questions arise. Now, as far as encounters are concerned, and this, so many people in an official level have said that this was an encounter. There is a very clear Supreme Court ruling in 2014 called the PUCL case. Chief Justice Lodha laid down a detailed protocol. He said there must be an immediate magisterial inquiry. There must also be an independent investigation by a special CID team, which has to go into the 8 points which are laid down in that judgment.
Yeah.
As long as there is an independent inquiry into this, it does not matter at what level. It is better that at the first level, it is the magistrate and an investigation by the CID. If there are holes there, then of course questions of supervision come.
Let me take this to Shantanu. Shantanu, one of the early comments you made was that while previous governments did not act, the Yogi Adityanath government has sent Vikas Dubey to where he deserved to go. Would you not say that even if he was escaping or trying to escape, even if we buy that narrative, the police could have shot him in the leg. They could have injured him. They could have taken him alive because he would have been a critical witness to uncover all the crimes that he is guilty of and to which powerful people, even if you believe those people were in the previous government, were linked. So would you not have wanted that evidence? Would you not have wanted that testimony?
For sure, all the good reason. Even I and every citizen of UP wanted that finally that diary or whatever we're talking about.
Yeah.
And these links, which I'm now allegedly saying with SP and BSP, will come out, right? And in fact, to Juhi ji, if those if the call record will come for 5 years, Akhilesh Yadav will out of.
Please do, and don't make accusations which are not substantiated. Yeah, that's all.
You started with them, so I'm just following.
Sir, try not to giggle about it. Maybe you find some people.
Okay,
laugh, but 8 men are dead, and you have shot one man who was giving a very important evidence of all your connections.
Which you never caught. Which you never even caught. Which you never even dared to caught.
So that is why you completely eliminated him, so that the evidence would be eliminated.
Let's go.
So you would eliminate the evidence.
Let's do this.
Come on. So you eliminated a man. Why don't the evidence? No,
Juhi.
Yeah.
Let's do this. Let's do this. No. There's no need. Let's do this systematically. I have tough questions for both of you. There are specific questions. Now, Shantanu, let's answer the contradictions. Why was he not taken alive? You yourself say he's linked with very powerful people. He's linked with BSP. He's linked with SP. All the more reason the BJP government should be invested in taking him alive.
See, two things which Mr. Hegre said, but about the magisterial that will happen in this case. UP government has done 114 encounters in last 3 years. All the magistrate inquiries that happened and all UP police came out clean. In all those 114 encounters, they did 300 shooting on the leg and arrested all the dreaded criminals. So that's one. So magistrate inquiry will happen as it happened in 114 encounters in last 3 years, right? See, we all are sitting in a comfort of our home doing a Zoom session with you, right? It's very easy to comment what police might have done, this, right? I'll quote a very interesting thing. You know, KTS Tulsi ji was fighting the cases for Punjab police for a long time, right? During insurgency, Punjab police ended up killing so lot of terrorists, right?
Yeah.
And he said a very interesting statement of the court. I read in one of the magazines. There are only two types of cops: a quick cop or a dead cop. See, it's very, very easy to say it here. Okay, they might have. You don't know the circumstances. What mode he was in. What kind of. So it's very easy.
The circumstances of the death of the 8 policemen.
Okay, now Juhi.
No, not there.
Yeah.
No, see, Barkha already quoted there are 8 plus 3. There are 13 people, and there are 60 criminal cases which he's sitting on for the last 20 years. So 8 is
so
just.
That is why you decided not to gather any.
So Juhi, why don't you respond?
Don't worry.
Juhi, why don't you respond to the specific charge? Juhi, why don't you respond to the specific charge where his mother has said that वो बीजेपी के साथ थे, अब तो वो एसपी के साथ है. ये तो उनकी माँ ने बोला है.
She's an elderly person. If they want to take her statement into account, they may. We still insist of the fact that how did Vikas Dubey maintain these various links across into the police? So that he killed 8 policemen, a letter was disappearing, and then he fled UP, he went to Rajasthan, and he was in constant touch with a part of the policemen of the political scenario. These questions are arising and they have to answer it. Anything to do with the SP, whether it's membership, any statement, if they feel that it is legally going to help them, or if there is any SP member is involved factually, they may please take it into account. But the call record. So
you are ready for the links or the allegations made by the BJP.
If there are any.
If there are any to be examined. Be examined. Okay, now Sanjay, the point is that there is a growing appetite. This is actually the truth. There is a growing appetite for extrajudicial killings. As you heard Shantanu just say that there are 2 kinds of cops, a dead cop or a quick cop, right? And we saw this happen in Hyderabad where there was a rape case and you saw the Telangana police actually eliminate those 4 men who were accused of rape and actually nobody shed any tears for them. And even now what's going to happen is that it's not that people are shedding tears for Vikas Dubey. The people who are criticizing this are more invested in due process of law. But what do you do about a situation where there might be public support and the BJP is banking in a sense on that fact? And it's very difficult to explain at that point that once you allow the police to do this with gangsters, it's the same police that will then do this with the Jaydevan and the Benix in Tamil Nadu, the father and son who were brutalized in Tamil Nadu.
See, I don't have any voters to answer.
Yeah.
I go by the law.
Yeah.
And we run a country according to the law. Any government that comes in takes an oath to work the government under the constitution in accordance with the law.
Yeah.
If they are false to their oaths, the people have to necessarily hold them to account. Now you come to this point about public sympathy.
Yeah.
We've had this valorization even before in Bombay. For instance, I referred to the PUCL case. The PUCL case was in the context of the Bombay
Encounter Cops.
Encounter Cops, which then even became a movie called Ab Tak Chappan.
Yeah.
Valorization of encounter killings or a Dirty Harry kind of situation where the cop says, go ahead, make my day, and shoots whoever he thinks is wrong. That leads inevitably to a police state. You mentioned the Tamil Nadu case. In my younger days, I remember that case in Delhi where a policeman, where policemen shot ordinary businessmen and then held a press conference, and it was the relatives who came in, and a gentleman called Satyavir Rathi has suffered a life sentence. A cop called that.
Yeah.
The law has strictly to hold all these encounter killings to account. If the local administration does not file FIRs, does not have an independent investigation, I think it is time that the higher judiciary stepped in. And this is probably one of the best cases. That petition that you were talking about, that petition that you were talking about in the Supreme Court is still pending in the Supreme Court.
So you would expect, before I give Shantanu the last word, you would expect, Sanjay, a suo moto intervention by the judiciary at this point?
I would think that this is precisely the kind of matter where the judiciary should intervene in case it gets the feeling that this is a matter which is sought to be buried.
Okay, Shantanu, last words to you. You said you're not James Bond, nor am I. But there are certain obvious facts or questions. I won't call them facts. There are questions being asked. Why was the media, for example, cordoned off? The media was chasing this convoy, right? From Ujjain to UP. The media was allowed to follow the convoy up until a point. Then 2 kilometers short of this encounter site, the media is stopped. The cars are switched. There's one video which shows that at a toll bridge, Vikas Dubey is in one car, suddenly he's in a different car. Third, the man has killed 8 policemen. How was he not handcuffed? How did he reach for the rifle of a policeman? These are some of the questions that the police will have to answer.
Barkha, if the clues that you're giving me, and as you said, both of us are not James Bond, if the clues you are giving, which are so obvious, I'm sure they will be placed in the court and we'll get to know. These are not like some hidden courts, right? And from Samajwadi Party, from BSP, from Congress, I think they have enough lawyer battery with them that they can represent them, right? And Sanjay Hegde ji, I'm sure, will represent them, right? And Sanjay Hegde ji said that he wants to live in a state which is run by the law, not the police state. Even I want to do that. But when 3.3 crore cases are pending and Supreme Court goes on a winter vacation, I doubt will we ever live in a law and order state.
But is the answer encounter killings? Is the answer, Shantanu, encounter killings? Is the answer to take to the street and eliminate criminals?
So as I told you before, I'm saying, do we want to stand with the government which weight Vikas Dubey is today? Or see, what he has done, he might be anyway. I'm saying you all were showing that. You all were showing that he has killed eight policemen. He might be getting a Phansi very soon, right? Only thing that happened a little early.
So I want to ask you this again. Are you morally comfortable? I know Sanjay has a question and we'll take 30 seconds from both of you before we wrap. But are you morally comfortable as a citizen with saying courts में बहुत backlog है, मरना तो इस आदमी को वैसे ही था, इसको वैसे ही फांसी मिलती, तो क्या हो गया अगर पुलिस ने पहले मार दिया? That's actually what you're saying.
No, I'm giving you an argument when you're saying, but because you're assuming that it's a stage encounter, which I'm not. I'm saying it's very difficult. Maybe some people are watching a lot of Rohit Shetty movies that police with themselves will turn the vehicle. And I don't know, but do you know the overturn the vehicle, driving vehicle? I don't know. Or all the 6 policemen overturned the vehicle. You know what is the weight of a vehicle to turn itself? I'm saying that those are the questions: how they turned the vehicle, and they're inside the vehicle got turned.
Yeah, but Shantanu, I mean, there are certain things that are too coincidental to be believed. All right, last 30 seconds to both of you. Sanjay, you wanted a question for Shantanu.
No, I'm not giving a question. I'm reminded of a fellow called Tukaram Ombole, who was the policeman who caught Ajmal Kasab and died. Now,
Yes.
because we captured Kasab alive, we had a trial, we could bring to the world what exactly happened on 26/11. And as a consequence, we are a safer society, at least with respect to that. Now, if you destroy both the accused as well as the rule of law, you will never have a safe society. That's all I want.
Okay, Shantanu, I think we can close with that question. A country that gave due process to Ajmal Kasab, a Kasab taken by a policeman who died arresting him but took him alive, right? Is that not the model we want to emulate?
So we surely want to emulate, but sitting in comfortable houses, we don't know the situation. The police was in this situation, something sitting comfortably in the houses is very unfortunate to comment on the police what situation they were in. I already told you there are only two types of cop, a dead cop or a quick cop.
Okay, we'll have to leave it there. This is a story that isn't going anywhere. I think it will reach the courts. There will be a magisterial inquiry. Leaving it there, Shantanu Gupta, Sanjay Hegde and Juhi Singh, thank you so much for joining us on this special broadcast. Thank you.